Okay.
All right.
Now that's live.
Loading in, Sam. I'm going to take a brief swig of water.
For sure. All right, Skyway Stadium. I'm seeing some new names in here. A lot of people, I think, coming over from Artie's community. AC Wacy, Sable, also Anzair, making some names that I've noticed from the Artieverse. He did cast last week along with Storm here at Pug Night. So thanks for hanging out. Glad you came back. Hope you're enjoying the matches, and we're very excited to watch you guys compete here on Skyway Stadium, a map that we don't get to see too often. I feel like we had our experience. Cody and I have been ranked grinding over the last few weeks, and I think we've learned why people don't pick this map that often.
Yeah, you know, not the biggest fan of it. I think some of the parts that I have a lot of grievances with is just the spawns and like the sight lines, right? You can really hold teams. I mean, this has been kind of the map that we saw a lot of spawn manipulation start, and you know, even with the changes that Embark has kind of made, it's still really evident on this map that, man, there is just some positions, some starts that are just better through and through for a team. But the Boundless, starting with a opening of this vault, and the Kingfish waiting nearby, looking to pounce. The pad is coming in, and so the RPG from Navy Street to get some damage in. Your boy barely clinging on to his life, taking one down, but getting caught in the process now. And is here the last one for the Boundless, and the Kingfish looking healthy, looking strong, and as you're trying to stay alive, hopefully able to make some sort of res here, but I think it's just better to wipe. Kingfish really just staying here, trying to get the nullifier off, able to get it, gonna loop back maybe for the statue. I'm sure that's the plan, but unfortunately, Robust So App takes down Anazir and the Boundless.
Yeah, tough situation if you're the Boundless. Nice execution out of the Kingfish, though, with that pad play. RPG out in Navy Street, not sure that really connector did too much damage, but the pressure enough was, well, I guess enough to flip that fight on to their favor. Meanwhile, the live wires are starting their approach here on flat top. I saw a pad go down. It looks like as damage has started to come in onto Robust. The Vanish Bomb out of Aquavex will keep them up for now, and everybody has dove down into this. Down goes Aquavex immediately, but the Pyronade, the last Martyrdom, if you will, onto Sable. Civ finds the trade out onto Robust. Navy finding one onto AC as well. It's now Civ versus Navy. The paddles will connect to get Sable back in as well, and now Cody the Kingfish on their back foot. Looks like a coin has come in out of Aquavex, but the Boundless are starting their approach as well. Your boy's starting to put in damage with this FAMAS. The steal attempt coming through out of Civ. That one will go through for the live wires. So now Box in their control. Poe starting to clean up the live wires, though. Does find the pick onto Sayer. And now starting to rotate around to maybe find Civ, who's last one remaining.
Yeah, I mean, the coin did come in from AC Wacy to keep him up. But, man, the Boundless really just coming in at the perfect time here. Robust also able to stay alive here, keeping the Kingfish's name alive. And the steal coming in. Down goes Anazir. Civ able to get the interrupt. And somehow the live wires really holding this down. The Defender coin that we've talked about so many times really coming into clutch here. And now continuing picks going left and right. Sable able to get a pick onto Poe, and the paddles from your boy to get Anazir up. The Boundless are not out of this fight just yet, and the live wires and the Kingfish are holding out strong, but the live wire is still in the best position to be. Shots starting to ring out onto Navy Street, caught out in the open, and the nullifier over from the side of Boundless. Doing something, I mean, just keeping them on their toes, I guess, to say the least. But the live wires kind of have this box free if they can interrupt Poe, and now the mines are coming out, and I think it's safe to say they have it. Aquavex getting a pick onto your boy, but man, the live wires coming out on top.
This was all great plays by the person you're seeing on your screen, and that's Civ. I mean, perfect kiting to just stay alive, got in there to disrupt the one steal, and other than that, didn't bother to get too sturdy, let the other teams fight. That's exactly how you handle a third party when you have a box in your possession, so major kudos to Civ there. Meanwhile, Sable fighting a pick on Robust, AC finding the last one on Aquavex. Down go the Kingfish, who have been punished for the third party. Meanwhile, the Boundless starting to get a reset here, and it looks like the live wires may be looking for a disengage, but they have spotted the rest of the Boundless in their sights, so this fight will continue on. Down goes Anzair. Civ finding the pick there with that AKM. The paddles from your boy gonna get Anzair back in. A big RPG coming out of AC. The winch will not connect, but the follow-up will be there. It's Civ again. Poe will find the trade out, though. Your boy finding it onto Sable, and once again, it's up to the man, the myth, the legend, Civ, who just got Sable back in, but Poe finally shutting down the reign of terror, and now looking for the wipe onto Sable. The gateway despawning just framed perfectly for Sable as they're able to get out. And it looks like the live wires might make it out with their lives for now, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, what a fight that just felt like it kept going on and on. So, I want to go to the other side of the map. I want to see what Wayfowl, Dequad, and Woody FPS are doing. And it seems like they are setting up the box for a quite interesting hold, to say the least. I mean, we know if Gary, or Wayfaustus, as we call him, is on the team, things are going to get interesting. Things are going to get a little unpeculiar, right? So, I don't know. It's going to be, I guess nobody's coming over, guys? We're just letting them hang out.
If you're going to push this, you're basically cosplaying as Indiana Jones, because that's the Temple of Doom. I mean, because if you push in there and Gary starts swinging, it's over for you. You got to find a pick onto him, and that building is tight. I mean, we saw where they winched it out into the doorway. They've got Goo set up as well to funnel you down. I promise you, you're literally going to fall into the pit of doom. There's a lot of Indiana Jones references I feel like that can be made here, but it's going to be like the live wires, it looks like, trying to take a crack at things as this cash out is halfway down. AC Wacy taking the high ground along with Civ and Sable. They have looked good throughout this entire map so far. Reef has been open to try to find a sightline. Some early damage, it looks like, from some maybe pyronades or pyromines. Do connect, but Dequad, who has been absolutely brutal with that Chimera, does find a pick on Disable. The winch does come out. It's not enough, and Dequad finds it down good. The live wires almost immediately, right as the push even began, it does shut down. So the Big Splash looking good here, and the Kingfish do have a cash out on the other side. They are fighting it out currently against the Boundless, Cody.
Yep, they are fighting, and now damage starting to ring in. Octavex on the light. Don't see this guy on the light too often. I think Sam would agree. Vanish Bomb coming in to hopefully get some sort of rotate. SH1900. Can we all boo this guy? I don't know. All right, anyways, the steal starting to come in. Yeah, boo. SH1900. Boo Aquavex. Boo Austin. Well, it's okay. Well, the Boundless are here, and they're hopefully going to put a stop to whatever, ickiness that Aquavex is trying to make happen. And oh, please, Poe, I believe in you. I believed correctly, getting not one, but two, and hopefully able to clean up the third. Navy Street trying to stay alive, the mesh shield in hand. And what is the live wires doing here? Poe able to get a pick onto them as well, but really kind of putting a stop in the Boundless's tracks.
Oh, my.
And now the steal coming in at the last second.
Look at this.
The question is, can Robust do it? He's too far away. I think it's theirs. They were able to get it at just the last second. The live wire stealing it. Oh my gosh.
The fourth party came in, Cody, out of the Big Splash as well. They just barely got there too late. I mean, the tempo was damn near perfect for the live wires to get that steal. But if they were about a second later, they're about to get winched and given a strong hug by Gary over here, who I think is looking for some action with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, I mean, some action to say the least. It feels like they kind of just... He's almost like an action magnet, right? Everybody just wants to come over to Gary and get a piece of the sledge when he's slamming it down. But, man, I mean, they're kind of in a decent spot, right? But the live wires are nearby. I mean, depending on the, the mode we're playing, which I think is just normal cash out currently. We can move it over to ranked if the gang's interested. They're going to have to get a few kills. Not too many. It seems like the live wires are starting to get some, but the Boundless are kind of giving them a run for their money, to say the least. Picks going in from every which direction, and we have to see what's going on with Vault 6, right? I mean, we just saw that, the Big Splash are able to get Vault 5, but now Vault 6 is kind of just hung up in the limbo here. Civ getting a pick onto Robust, and now the Kingfish going into this fight down 2, but they do have control of Vault 6. They're gonna, I think, want to double this, right? I mean, we know, Sam, that if you want points in TFC Pugs on the leaderboard, you have to be first. If you ain't first, you're last in this mode, and that's what we're gonna see, the double jeopardy coming in from the Kingfish with one person left to their name. And man, look at the setup from the Big Splash, sending the cash box into the air. Now with 1 minute and 25 seconds left on the clock, Sam.
I'm a little surprised that they winched this up top, to be honest with you. Typically, Wayfaustus wants to play this underneath, with that sledge. And putting it on the roof feels like kind of a bit different than what they would typically want to do here. We do also see them a bit split. Dequad has the pad here in the skylight ready to kind of go to the stratosphere, but it's going to be a little dangerous if he does that. And might see him. He does. Dequad starts to take quite a bit of damage, goes down to almost half health here, but does regroup up with Gary as well. That's Wayfaustus. However, Witty does go down there to Poe. Not sure what happened to them if they went up top, and now Poe continuing a reign of terror, finding a pick onto the COD. Things are not looking great if you are the big splash, and now the steal attempt coming through out of AC Wacy. This is what I was talking about. I don't know if you really wanted the witches up top, but luckily everybody is shooting at this. So
what an angle.
Yeah, the big splash do actually get bailed out there for now, and Sable just continuing to farm some kills here, but unfortunately that's a wipe for the Livewires, so they will have some time. Actually, no, they won't. They will not have time here, Cody. This is looking more and more like the big splash's map here as time is dwindling away. 2 kills now on the big splash as well. Gary in the mix there does not find you. Boyd's gonna be the COD cleaning that up and then turning around finding a pick onto Poe, but Gary getting involved, finding the pick onto Navy Street to wipe out the Kingfish, and Cody, that is a map win headed to the big splash.
Almost 80K to their name, 500 off, just a kill away, but it does not matter. The big splash are our winners for the second match of TFC Tuesday Night Pugs. And taking a look at the leaderboard, which we're going to see momentarily. Unfortunately, this is your scheduled loading screen. All right, now that we've been brought to our our main course, 13 eliminations. I'm looking at Poe, right? 7K damage, and unfortunately just not able to claim a win, but claiming a lot of kills in the path. I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, great shots. And if you're not familiar, Poe was previously Kinetic. They've changed their name. We've seen Kinetic continue to fry at Pug Night, especially with that M11, so it looks like they're not slowing down. They were on the Arn, I believe, that game. But yeah, overall, pretty decent performance from honestly every team. Lots of eliminations just across the board. And again, I want to shout out Civ over on the Livewires, pretty much the entire Livewires roster, but especially Civ, who just, in my opinion, was perfect with their kiting, especially with that. I believe it was the first rotation of cash outs. It might have been the second. I mean, great plays. It's just overall, the double did wind up benefiting the big splash there at the end, and they were able to bring it home. But man, what a great game. I mean, these have been 2 fire back-to-back cash outs, and we're not slowing things down here. We already have another lobby pretty much ready to roll, waiting on votes and things like that for the teams, but I don't think we have a map just yet. So we'll wait around for that for just a moment, and then we'll update you on the maps. But again, if you are just tuning in while Cody gets things ready, if you want to join in on the action, have your games casted by the 2 of us, head on over to the Discord. You can type an !Discord in chat, and hopefully the bot works and it gives you the link. But if not, you can head to tfcgg.com/discord, which will give you a direct invite to the server. So head on over there. We are trying to hit 1,000 members by the end of the year. We've been going strong, already got 637, which is crazy. And that's users, not even just bots. So that's pretty insane. Yeah, it's been awesome. Again, if you do want to get into observing, especially if you want to cast as well, we would love to have you submit us a ticket. If you're brand new to casting, we'll get you slotted with somebody who's experienced, so you're not going at it as a lone wolf. You'll be able to, have some coaching, have some fun, really low stakes. But one thing this community needs more than anything are observers. And in fact, one of our prized community members, I feel like at this point, Utopian, has started observing here at Pug Nights and is now doing pretty much the most major productions in the final space, including PHL. He's pretty much our primary observer, especially from the Americas region. So he got his start here at Pug Nights, getting trained up here. Same with Navy Street, who's now getting involved
Navy
over
Street.
there.
Yeah,
So
Navy Street is also, for this week, going to be the co-observer with Utopian on PHL. So, hey, just saying it here, TFC, kind of the training grounds for the big league. So if you want to get a call, might have to run through us first, you know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, this is the premier place to kind of get that stuff done, right? This is the place to learn, the place to grow, and we always need more people in the scene. That is how we stay alive, and we want the finals to be alive as long as possible. So if you are interested even a little bit, and who knows, maybe you try it, it's not for you, that's okay. At least you tried it and you got the experience. So that is what this is here for. We're always here to facilitate that. So hit us up, make a ticket, please.
yeah, especially if you want to observe. I mean, I can't stress that enough.
Yeah. There
There is a dire need for more observers in this space. There is just not enough. There's, especially with the sheer amount of events that are going on, it's a desperate need. So if you ever thought I could make the camera look pretty on the mouse and keys or on the sticks if you're on roller, you can do both. Hop on over. The only thing you need is a PC so you can stream your gameplay to us. That's the only requirement. You can play on console as long as you can stream with a PC, capture that gameplay. That's what Navy Street does. We can make that work, but you do need a PC. That is the one thing, or a laptop, something strong enough to send us a broadcast. Okay, it does look like Skyway Stadium was originally the map that was picked, but I think the masses have asked for Fortune. It looks like, Cody. Is that the case?
You are correct. They are going to Fortune Stadium. We are loading in just right now. And Sam, it's been quite some time, you know, since not only have we been on the desk together, but also just doing some pugs, right? Even last week, you weren't on the desk for pugs. How did it all go? How was it being on the prod?
It was scary because I was learning VMix, which I'm not on today, which is why we don't have pretty little replays at the end of the round like we did last week. But it was good. I mean, same thing, right? You know, you and I talked about it earlier. It's low stakes. This is the place that even Cody and I are spending time practicing, whether we're trying new things in our casting, trying new production
tools.
tools.
Right now, I am trying to not read this the kill feed as much.
Yep.
That is what I'm trying to do right now.
I'm trying to cut back on saying here, which I think I failed to do, especially in the first map. But
yeah, I've already cut back on my other thing, which was saying holding it out.
There you go.
We're all learning.
Yeah. There's always something. I mean, there's always something to improve. It never goes perfect. So, and this is the place to do it. So, but no, it's a ton of fun. I mean, I really do love watching pugs, you know, as much as I love pro play, right? Yeah, I love Finals Esports. There's no doubt about it. Pugs just has this kind of like randomness that you have no idea what you're going to get when you load in, because there's such a mix of loadouts, of skill level. I mean, these people haven't played together before, or maybe they have, but it's not like they're, you know, squads that have been scrimming and stuff. And to me, as a caster, that makes it extremely fun. Speaking of fun, Poe finding opening pick onto Aquavex, and Utopian coming out of nowhere to find the trade out onto Poe. Your boy does find the pick onto Mango as well there. So it's just Utopian who's going to try to get out with Vault 1, but Wayfaust just does have him in the sights, launches an RPG kind of as a warning shot, and grabs Vault 1 and starts to bring it back. But he needs to be careful because Utopian is standing right there. The backstab does connect. He needs to be careful with the overhead, though. He does escape it. Oh my gosh, Utopian, how does he make it out? He doesn't. Your boy does find the melee on Utopian to shut that down, but whoa, that was close.
Man, I mean, what a close play there. He was so close to getting the backstab to connect, and even was able to get the kill, but Poe and your boy were right there with him. Now in control over at Big Blue. I remember you guys were saying that during the Codebreakers tournament. Put a tear to my eye. I just want to let that be known.
Is this your new thing? I wasn't aware that this was a thing. I haven't really been able to listen to the
So this is
Mia.
Big Blue right here, and this is Little Blue. I think this makes the most sense.
I think
I like this more.
What about the other one on the right? That one's also blue, isn't it? That's in Gmo. No, to the right.
This?
To the right. Yeah, there.
No, this is that's fine. We don't.
For sure.
It's better than hospital. All right. Look, I don't make the rules. It's better than hospital, okay? Anyway, speaking of things that are better, it's the Big Splash, hopefully, and spoke a little too soon. Trying to get in control of this cash box. The Kingfish really making it hard for Navy Street and the rest of the folks on the Big Splash to get in control. But now the pad coming in from Westergate, the RPG as well from Navy Street, getting quite a lot of damage. Down goes Monkey King. Kunder insists, really trying to just stay alive on the Kingfish, and now they have to try to interrupt this steal, Sam, which is going to be tough to try to loop back to, and unfortunately too little too late. Kunder insists, now trying to get it back, trying to get the damage in, losing Sis, but Monkey King hitting the coin, and now Kunder has to try to regroup, stay alive, and Monkey King is nearby. They're able to get a pick onto Navy Street, but losing one in the process. Monkey King needs to try to make something happen fast, but the Big Splash are doing everything they need. They get the paddles up, and now they have the numbers, they have the strength to hold this, and the Kingfish don't. They have to wait for over 15 seconds to even get Kunder back into the field, and Sis is barely spawning in now with no time left on the box. Monkey King could go for a play here, but it's probably not smart. It's only 8k, right? It might be good to just kind of get the picks on the way out, which is what a lot of teams try to do here. And no, they're not even waiting for the coin. They're saying, Monkey King, it's okay, you'll live another day. Straight to the void with you.
Yeah, interesting that they decided to wipe that much later. I was gonna agree. You know, this is regular cash out, not ranked cash out, so you don't have to worry about the wipe money, you know? So it did make sense to at least back up and wait for the coins. I'm just surprised that they went for the wipe instead. But you don't want to fuel any additional dollars over to the Big Splash since there is no wipe penalty in these lobbies. And speaking of white penalties and the lobby, the Boundless and Livewires are currently facing off, but they need to be careful as the Big Splash are up above as well. Mango goes for a body, but he catches Wake Faustus out of the corner of the eye and also catches a sledge to the face. So down goes Mango. Utopian, last one for the Boundless up top. I don't really know if he's up against the Big Splash or not, or just looking to stay alive here. It looks like he's trying not to be involved, and the Big Splash and the Livewires might wind up collapsing onto each other. Meanwhile, the Kingfish have not rotated over. They do have control of Vault 4 and are looking to maybe not get involved in the mix over here.
Yeah, already Utopian just coming in with a backstab, able to get the hand res as well. And the Livewires barely clinging on to life. Now the 1v1 from Westergate, the RPG coming in, and unfortunately the Big Splash coming out on top and now in control of the box. But the Boundless are here to stop that. The winch from Aquavex to take down Navy Street. And oh man, what a great start to this already. The Boundless really giving the Big Splash a tough time. The coin potentially coming in from Drake, maybe opting not to. Yeah, it does come in here. In control of Vault 3 now gets plugged, and the Boundless have some money to claim, but it's not going to put them in such a great position, right? The Livewires sitting at 18-5, and the Kingfish, if they're able to get this, will be very close next to them. So the Boundless need to try to get some picks or hope that the Kingfish get their box stolen, and the Livewires maybe die a few times in the process, and that's a lot to happen. But the Livewires are here, and the chance is here as well for them to take that first place position. The RPG coming in, and down goes Poe. Aquavex getting that pick, but the sledge trying to take down Aquavex, and it's not enough. The winch perfectly timed to interrupt it, and the Livewires trying to get the reses, but the pressure coming in from the Boundless, and res does come in, but they're locked there. The fire slowly trickling them down, and the Livewires are out of this fight already, and the steal coming in from the Big Splash, but Utopian with the dagger trying to get a backstab, and he opts to not make it happen. They want to take this fight slow and steady. They're losing one in the process, and the Big Splash coming out on top every which direction. Utopian trying to stay alive, and he does able to, to make it out here, but Aquavex and Mango are now down, and the Boundless really have no chance at attacking this until they get their numbers back up, Sam. This is not great.
Yeah, the Boundless were looking good there in Utopian. We did see maybe try to go for the stall on the backstab, but realized that Drake Iron Shield is there with that goo gun and spear, and knows that that's going to become an absolute blender if he tries to, close the gap on him. So it made sense for him to go ahead and disengage from that. Does not get the backstab there, and does get punished by the red barrel out of Navy Street. Yeah, misses.
This spawn is just so tough as well. I mean, even with Austin coming in or Aquavex, it's just not gonna be great here. But the Big Splash using the goo stall to interrupt the Livewire's chances. All of them are going down left and right. Down goes Faustus, down goes your boy, and down goes Poe. The Big Splash are taking this box. I might have spoken too soon. The steal coming in, but it gets interrupted, and yeah, it is their box. They're sitting on top with 30K to their name, and it is going to be tough to take them off this podium.
Yeah, that was a spear versus sledge fight, by the way, which I feel like you don't see very often, and it's a dagger that takes out the spear of Utopian, who continues to be an absolute little gremlin with his cloak and dagger combo that is just disgusting to see on the screen, but he makes it work. Meanwhile, looks like Monkey King does not hear Aquavex coming, does drop the dome to go ahead and disengage and reconnect with the rest of the Kingfish, and the Boundless are going to actually push through this dome. I'm surprised the Kingfish didn't turn around and try to fight this. They do need the money. The Boundless need every dollar they can at this point, as an 18K box will not be enough. That is only 26.5. They're going to need another $4,000 just to catch up. If they do get the plug, though, that could even things out. So if you are the Boundless, you need a plug here. You got to be the one to plug it, and that was a gift provided to them. You need to get that in. That one does go through, and now the win con is changed, Cody. Double Jeopardy is in play. Whoever takes this one home actually will just win the map. But I will say the Boundless still cannot just expect to steal this box and make it through. The cash deficit between them and somebody like the Big Splash, for example, is still not that wide. So you need to ensure that the Big Splash aren't getting fed a lot of coins, or sorry, a lot of money during this push here, and that's one way to do it, as Western Geek will find a pick onto your boy. Navy Street trying to close in, almost was able to find a pick onto Wade Faustus. If you look to the left there, the winch from Aquavex trying to connect. That one won't, but the Shack will. Down goes Poe. Wade Faustus, last one for the live wires. He does go down to Navy Street, who chased him down. So 32-5 now for the Big Splash. Things are looking pretty, but a steal attempt needs to come through sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, the Boundless could go for a steal here. It looks like Aquavex is just waiting for Dome Shield to come off of cooldown. We see it almost done now, maybe just a few more seconds. And while he waits for that, tries to put in some damage, but it's going to be Navy Street starting to go for the steal attempt, and he's going to ride this down. He does actually track it here. He might be able to hold on the rest of the way. He does. Cody, the Big Splash, now in control. 34-5 to their name. 36,000 on the way, potentially.
Oh my gosh, the Big Splash getting the last second steal that they need. The question is, can they hold it with fights in every direction? I mean, now the Kingfish are out of the mix, but the steal is coming in from the live wires. The C4 to keep them low, but the Goo to block it. They are able to interrupt it. 20 seconds left on the clock. It's just the Boundless, and they need to try to make something happen, but no, down goes Utopian as well. Mango's the last one, and 12 seconds left on the clock. There's nothing that can happen. The Big Splash are your winners with a whopping, I don't even know, 70-something K to their names. What an insane steal.
Great play out of them to, I mean, just, yeah, hold that one down. And, I mean, just insane plays. Let's take a look back, by the way, at this replay real quick of Navy Street. Just reining in with that SA-1216 to keep them off the box there at the last moment. This is the live wires trying to go for a steal attempt. Big C4 does connect. The follow-up, super clean. And overall, the Big Splash do take our match.
Ooh, I mean, Sam, the leaderboard.
Yeah. 16-2. Sorry, I was looking at one thing in OBS real quick, but yeah, 16-2-5 out of Western Geek. Oh my gosh, on the medium, 9,700 damage. I believe he was on FCAR the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, I don't know how you get that much damage on a medium. That is impressive. Like, you really have to get in there and stay in there. There's no, oh my gosh. What a crazy, sorry, I hit space, but it's okay.
You're all good.
Anyways, yeah, what an insane match there. I mean, we have to get this next one set up because I see someone in the lobby.
I'm curious to know who. I haven't been keeping track, but oh, I do see. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I've seen actually a couple people that I've saw over the weekend, and I've seen in other events as well. So won't spoil it just yet, but the lobby is being made, and what a surprise! It is going to be Bernal. So that's going to be, you know, pretty fitting here in just a moment, but. Cody, we were talking about earlier things that we're working on as we go through these matches tonight, because we are also kind of practicing our casting. It's the first time, like you said, it's the first time in a long time that I feel like you and I have been on the desk able to just chop it up. So, you know, any thoughts being back on Pug Night? Any thoughts about anything? Do you have thoughts? That's the real question.
Yeah, no thoughts, head empty. No, I definitely have some thoughts for sure. I mean, I'm just glad to be here for Pugs Night again. I think it's going to be fun. We've already had quite a lot of great games. We almost have 2 cash out lobbies going. We're like 1 person off from getting a second lobby. So if anyone's watching and they're like, I want to play, join into the queue. We need 1 more person and then we'll have 2 lobbies going. So it's going to be sick. Still waiting on 1 more for this match. And yeah, it is on Bernal. Let me set that up for the right. I mean, I'm just excited to watch it.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one here. And I guess we could go ahead and talk about some of the names that we might be seeing in this lobby. Specifically, the one I think you and I had our eyes on is Aztract. Light player for Unfazed, previous Fade. Performing very well in the finals. Everybody's saying this is the next guy up in the pro league, or in the pro scene for Lights. And this is going to be interesting to see how it looks
I just
tonight.
got some interesting information too about what he's gonna be running. So.
Yeah, all right. We'll have to see when we get in. But I do also want to say we do have Router, who's one of the main players for Codebreaker's main roster. So excited to see them in the mix as well. They did help run and also compete in Code Big Leagues this past weekend, which was really awesome. I got the chance to cast that alongside Young. A lot of cash out lobbies, but a lot of fun as well. So it'd be cool as we head into this one.
Yep. I'm gonna make sure I have my number down. I was correct. Yeah, Astrax's running medium with the Chimera. So
okay.
Yeah, and that's it.
Sure. For sure. Yeah, this is gonna be like I said, pretty interesting one. Double light as well. Dune and Civ. We saw Civ running the medium with that AKM just earlier. And putting up, I mean, like I said, great kiting, great fighting. Overall, just, I mean, really impressive performances. So, you know, excited to see how they perform on the light here. But enough yapping. Getting into Bernal, a map that we have seen kind of nonstop in Pro League and Pro Play in general. It's got a very high pick rate that I feel like kind of just came out of nowhere. Cody, any thoughts as to why we're seeing Bernal so much these days?
I think it's a map that players have figured out, and that's what they love. And oh my gosh, the damage immediately going out onto Astrax. I don't even know who was shooting and what they used. Hold on. Was it? I see. I understand. Okay, I'm assuming it was Poe with the sniper getting a great placed headshot right immediately out. But they do have the health. They have the means. They're starting to make their approach. Dune with the recurve bow, starting to get some damage onto Router here. And now the dome is down, and Astrax getting the final cleanup to take him down. Now the Big Splash have no heavy, no light, and just one Poe trying to stay alive with a sniper in hand, trying to get a good shot, able to get some damage, potentially able to get the cleanup, and unfortunately not making anything happen. The Boundless now in control of Vault 1, Sam. Going to start moving it over to Cash Box A. And we're going to jump over, see what the Kingfish are doing. They're just hanging out.
Yeah, these were nice shots here out of Dune on the bow. I had to clip that real quick for them because, but Poe almost clutches this one up. Finds the first shot there onto, I believe it was Civ, but couldn't find the follow-up. So nice shots there out of the Boundless to start things off. This is going to be interesting with a bow and a sniper, and also tracking dart on Civ. We've seen this out of 5 tiers, specifically Treason recently. People are saying potentially, at least in EMEA, there's in the wall hacks meta. So curious to see if that winds up being the case. But AC Wacy on the TKs, a weapon that I've come to enjoy using at least a World Tour recently, thanks to spinning the wheel with Young. And we'll find a pick on the Dune after Dune does find a bow pick onto Poe. The hand res coming in out of AC Wacy to get Poe back in, and Civ getting caught out in the open there. Astrax now last one for the Boundless, and taking quite a bit of damage to the head, brought down to 14 health. Kisses the Namatama as they escape with their life barely. And now 2 seconds left on the coin for Civ, while the steal attempt is starting to come through for the Big Splash. The fire barrel does go out there. No damage found, but enough to bully them off the box, at least for now. And Router down to critical HP. No assistance really nearby. This looks like kind of a free kill if you're the Boundless. That will be the case as Router does go down here. Now Poe and AC Wacy trying to find some revenge for their fallen teammate. The Chimera raining out, but it's going to be Poe who finds a pick onto Astrax with that sniper rifle. Civ finds the trade out onto Poe. Down go the Big Splash, Cody.
Man, I mean, what an interesting set of events. The goo that adds through just broke the entire building. I guess he needed to kiss his Namatama for more good luck, because there was not enough for him. I mean, but taking a look at the live wires, right, holding this church area, and there's some destruction, to say the least, that has happened around here. The mines, I'm sure, are a big cause for that, but a good hold here. I mean, look at the C4 Pyro mine. It's going to be very devious if the Kingfish are going to head over, and it looks to be that's the case. The gateway to get them involved, they're going to go for a quick hit, and watch, they're not going to notice this mine. I want to take the guess. No, they're going to make the approach instead. Okay, guys, no fun. Well, no, there it is. I called it. All right. Well, we're flash. We can't see anything, but it's okay. We're going to see the pearly gates that Inazir just saw recently. Sable, the last one, holding it out for the Kingfish. I said it again. I'm going to rip my tongue out, but nonetheless, Sable really trying to stay alive here for the Kingfish. The mesh to try to create some distance between themselves and the wall. Sometimes it gets a little close. You get a little claustrophobic, and the damage starting to ring in, but unfortunately unable to stay alive. The live wires taking that one.
Yeah, big damage there out of Sable, trying to find the, the finish with that Lewis gun. Unfortunately, they weren't up fully healthy, and going up against Witty there. Tough one to finish. I've been using the Lewis gun a lot. Love those face-offs where I'm up against another heavy, and I'm like, who can hit more heads? Unfortunately, though, it's starting it out down some health there. So 2 seconds remaining on the coins for the Kingfish. They're back into the arena, but it's going to be the Boundless and the Livewires in the lead, at least for now.
Yeah, definitely a very good lead that the Boundless has created for themselves. Going to be in an even bigger lead once they are able to plug the Vault into Cashbox D. Now in control, and Vault 3 starting to make its movement as well from the Livewire. Is going to plug it into C, but not without some casualties in play. Damage starting to ring out, and Robust barely staying alive, and unfortunately getting picked at the last second by 60 Hertz. A 2v2 for the Ages, and now a 1v1 for the Ages. And now, even worse, the Big Splash are here to make things harder. Witty barely staying alive, and the Kingfish want to win their one while not worrying about the Big Splash, who kind of just come in for free. I don't know if anybody wants to face Astrak. They're a little scared. I think Router's had his ego hurt a little bit. He's like, I'm going to take it easy over here, and easy is exactly what's happening. The steal coming in with no interruption. The Livewire still duking it out against the Kingfish, and the Big Splash able to make it out for free. Anazir taking quite a lot of damage. The minigun really making it tough, and 60 Hertz taking down Robust. One left on the side of the Livewires, now getting the paddles to make it a little bit easier with 2, but the Big Splash continue to just kind of run through both of these teams and make it really tough for any sort of play to happen. 60 Hertz, kind of the MVP of Kingfish, continuing to stay alive, and now getting yet another pick onto AC Wacy to make it a little bit easier to make this approach potentially, but still just on the back foot time and time again. 60 Hertz still taking a little bit of damage and losing Sable in the process, barely having any life left to their name, and no numbers to make any sort of play here. Livewires do have the chance now, though. The space has been made, and, right, with everybody busy fighting, this could be the chance to go for the steal. Witty wants to go for the res instead, though, with not a lot of time left on the clock, Sam. It's kind of anyone's box. Everyone's kind of resing back up.
Yeah, this is kind of anybody's box, but one thing that we have to talk about is the Boundless on the other side of the arena getting their box basically for free and extending their lead. They're going to be at 32,000 by the time this rotation ends, and with the Big Splash looking like more and more like they're going to secure this box, that is a pretty good number to be ahead of. However, the Kingfish trying to get a last-minute steal there. Down goes 60 Hertz, unfortunately, and now it looks like the Livewires might be trying to stick this one out. Tons of damage coming through out of the Kingfish. Witty might be able to hold on. He's not going to be able to. It's going to be the Kingfish shutting the door on the Livewires, and the Boundless coming in for the cleanup as well onto the Kingfish. Cody, everybody in the lobby wiped except for the Boundless, and the Boundless finding some consolation money now. $33,500, an 18K box about to be in play if the Boundless do get this tap onto Vault 5. Things are looking tough for kind of the rest of the lobby, especially if you're the Kingfish.
Yeah, I mean, the Boundless, we kind of knew from the start, we're going to have a pretty heavy hand on this lobby. Man, I mean, it is going to be tough, especially for the Livewires and the Big Splash, right? They're so close together that really any plug here is really important, but we do have to go for the double, right? So we're hopping over. We're going to see what's going on Vault 6. Everybody's here duking it out, kind of like how we expected. The Boundless continuing to kind of just get this plug for free, but Poe really trying to get these shots with the sniper and able to really just help in getting the final cleanup onto the Livewires. Now the Kingfish, the next target for Poe's sniper, starting to get a little bit of damage, but they're taking a lot in the process. The H+ to get Rotter back up, but they still are down AC Wacy, and it's going to be a tough spot to be in because the Kingfish are going to start rotating over, right? 60 Hertz does have control over the box, and the Big Splash are on a little bit of the back foot, but they're able to potentially drive a wedge in this team, right? If we're looking at the position, it seems to be that they're throwing Vault 6 over to the Boundless, and they're getting into the mix as well. 60 Hertz getting picked by Dune with that bow that we've seen time and time again in this match, and I'm sure the double is going to happen. There it is, and it's from the Boundless. They're confident, Sam. They're saying, we don't care what happens. We know we're coming out on top, even if we're going to lose half our money potentially. It ain't going to happen. We're not going to see that side of the future. We know what is going to happen, and that's going to be us on top. Witty starting to throw down some util to make something happen, but Sam, not a lot of time left on the clock.
Yeah, not a lot of time on the clock, and unfortunately a glitch does come through. That's going to take out Witty, who almost found the C4 mine. That has found some success for them. Meanwhile, Civ sitting right here has Insayer in their sights. The cloak is probably wearing off here any moment now, but not worried about it. Down it goes. It's actually the tracking dart, Cody. It's not even a sniper rifle. It was a tracking dart for all that we were lining up the shot for, but Dune in the Boundless continuing their reign of dominance. 30 seconds remaining. Steal attempts coming through now out of the Kingfish. A gateway has been deployed for the bailout. If you are the Kingfish, the flip does go through successfully, and the Kingfish are out of there by taking the gateway. It looks like 60 Hertz did go back in one more time to get the body. Isn't going to be able to stick a res, though. Router has spotted them. The steal attempts coming back through again out of Dune. Nobody really looking to contest this there. Dune does go down. 7 seconds remaining, Cody, and it's gonna be, it looks like the Kingfish in a last moment game of heroics are taking this one home.
Man. Oh no, it got to their head, Sam. The Boundless, they were too confident, unable to interrupt the steal coming out from the Kingfish, and it was their downfall. Man, what an unfortunate turn of events. But taking a look at the leaderboard after your regularly scheduled loading screen. Oh my gosh. Want to break this one down, Sam?
I mean, Dune going crazy with the recurve bow. 12-2, but also 60 Hertz frying on the light. 10-5. Overall, again, I mean, I feel like the cash totals, actually the cash totals are relatively close. I mean, that doubled box is what put the Kingfish ahead, but overall, this was really close. And I feel like the eliminations kind of show that.
Yeah, definitely really, really close all around. And man, I mean, it really was down to the wire at the end, right?
Yeah. Well, we have another game, I think, about ready on our hands. The lobby's probably ready to get rolling. I was catching up on chat while waiting for that game to end real quick. And I just wanted to mention a couple things here. I did see, I believe it was Lime Time TTV asking how to play. Head over to the Discord, join the queue. It's down at the bottom. Free to play. Also, somebody asked what tournament this is. This is not a tournament. This is just our Pugs Night, which stands for Pickup Games. This is just custom games ran by the community. We got a bot that arranges your lobbies and everything like that. So make sure you head over to the Discord. Again, tfcgg.com/Discord to get an invite, or !Discord in the Twitch chat. I think it works on YouTube as well if you're watching over there. But yeah, this is free for anybody. There's people of all skill levels involved. Teams are randomly made for the most part. We do support captain selection as well. You just got to take it up with people in the queue if you're going to do that. But overall, this is all, I mean, just for fun on a Tuesday night. We run these every single week. Typically, we had a couple weeks off because Cody and I are heavily involved with PHL. We are staff for that. But now that things are, you know, kind of in motion over there and standardized, we have time to bring back Pug Nights. So again, also, if you're interested in getting into observing or casting in the finals esports, head over to the Discord, submit us a support ticket. This has become kind of the proving ground for people to get some reps in, learn the ropes, and, you know, have some fun. This is super low stakes. If you're brand new to observing or casting and want to have your first time experience, this is the perfect place to do it. We'll stick you with somebody that's experienced, and you can learn. I mean, we were talking about earlier Utopian, who now is observing for quite literally a lot of the major tournaments happening in the final space. Started here at TFC Pug Nights, did 1 or 2 nights, and then got involved with FCL and is now even doing PHL. He's kind of our main observer for the Americas region. And also now he's being joined this week by Navy Street, who also observed 1 week here at Pug Nights and, you know, helped out on free cam last week for PHL and now has worked his way into the rotation for Americas. So you want to get involved? Head on over. Cut us a ticket. We'd love to get you involved in the community, especially if you're an observer. We need more observers in this space. I cannot emphasize it enough. But Cody, I think our second lobby is ready here in just a moment. I think the map also has been selected. It looks like it's going to be Fortune Stadium. Anything interesting that you're seeing coming into this one?
Well, yeah, I see a few interesting individuals. I do see, you know, some wonderful faces that are kind of returning. Tech Ninja in the lobby, though. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tech Ninja, very happy to see them in the mix. They came to the finals and I think found our channel like basically immediately when they started out. And, you know, since then I've done some coaching, I think with Artie or some other coaches, done some scrimming here and there with their friends, and cool to see them sticking with the game and showing up to Pug Nights tonight. So going to be excited to watch them play alongside Poe and Aquavex. Poe, previously Kinetic, we know that they fry on the light class, so be curious to see if they continue to do so coming into this match.
Yep, it is going to be interesting. Also, I think a new face. I want to take a look real quick. I don't know why the other cash out queue is going. Are they just not all? Everyone's in the waiting room. We have enough for 2 lobbies, but they're just hanging out. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it looks like there's only 10 actually in the queue as of right now. So still waiting on people to at least click the blue button. So if you're watching the stream and you're waiting to play, you can run them in tandem. You just need to click the blue button. It looks like Spider Bat Kid has not clicked it. I'm trying to see who else has it. There they go. They just clicked it. Let's go. W, live comms. Who else hasn't clicked it? Robust, possibly. No, they have. I lied. Precast, I believe, has not clicked it. That's who it looks like, is Precast. So, yeah, if you wanted another lobby going on, go ahead and run it. Meanwhile, we do have this one getting ready to spin up. You're welcome to go ahead and get that lobby organized. We will jump over there immediately after this match. But we still got another hour to go. We're halfway through our Pug Night here tonight. And make sure you tune in to PHL tomorrow night. I'll be on the casting desk alongside Young to watch some cash out. Final cash out week, by the way, for league play, which is insane that we're already here. How did we get here? How did we get on Kyoto?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to feel or what to think, but this is the reality that we've been.
How did we get
Sam, here? So it's okay. Yeah, I want to say I'm a little sad I won't be casting tomorrow. I have work. I've taken too many days off.
RIP.
So I'm gonna cast on Friday. I'm swapping with Young, but I'll be with Mr. Artie himself. So that'll be kind of a fun experience. I don't know how we're gonna mesh together. I think it's my first time casting with Artie, so who knows?
I was
maybe
gonna
we'll
ask, have you casted with him before?
No, maybe we'll get. Maybe it'll be the dynamic duo. Maybe he'll leave me for Jerry, or sorry, leave Jerry for me.
Well, I mean, Artie's so talented as a caster too. Like I casted with him one time for heist games.
And then you know you group him with someone like me, who's also just
a
so
chud.
Talented.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. They cancel out.
Okay. All right.
No, okay. Yeah. No, he's incredibly talented, so I'm excited to cast alongside him. I'm sure I'll learn a thing or two. But speaking of learning a thing or two, I want to talk about Navy Street incredible run in a lot of events that we've seen, and I'm just really proud that he's staying involved, staying just keeping his head down and just keeping things going, because I think they've gotten so much better already. But the shot, I was going to say shots, but it's a sledge. The hammer is coming in.
The overheads.
Yeah, it is coming swinging every single direction. And man, it is Gary. I mean, I should have expected it. I know I'm looking at really trying to get something. He's like, come here. He's kind of, edging him on. Like, come on, get a little close. It's cool. I'm super nice. I don't, I won't hurt. I won't bite.
It does feel like those random overheads are just like taunting people. It's like, come on over here. It's like beckoning. It's like when people would put, their hand out flat and then would beckon towards them, like, come at me.
Come here.
That's what it feels like.
Come here.
Also Yuto, by the way, saying they're on the Dojo of Foul loadout. So, Island Misfit Fouls, if you will, setting up here. But Plug going to be coming in for the Boundless to start us off here, and the Kingfish have gotten fully reset, so this is basically as if those earlier picks do not matter. It's gonna be a overall just fresh fight coming in, but this is a tough approach. I'm really curious to see how the double sledge is gonna shake out here on Kyoto, because I mean, we know that these guys can make it work, but this is probably the map that is the hardest, I would say, to make it work. So, I mean, destruction alone, I feel like just does not help anybody here. This is the one map that I always feel like, oh my gosh, J5 putting a ton of damage with this Arn, also finding a second one on the way, Faustus. So that's, I guess, a precursor to maybe how things are starting out here. Utopian down to 3.5 bars. J5 did not spot him as he crossed through the house. He's down in the basement. The overhead does not connect. Nice heads up awareness out of Western Geek, but unfortunately gonna get found on the ladder. So now J5 all of a sudden Last one for the Kingfish as the Fender coin does come in for the Boundless, but J5 does spot out Utopian, but 1v2. 2v2, sorry. For the Kingfish here, and J5 trying to kite away. Will get out at least for now, but the Boundless are back up to full strength as the paddles of Zenith have connected on Utopian.
No! Oh my gosh, the winch and then the barricade in front of them to stop them in their tracks. I've never seen someone do something so dirty. Oh my gosh, that was an incredible barricade placement. I hope we can get a replay on that. I don't know if we can.
I got it.
Okay, all right, we'll watch it for later because there's still a lot to happen. The Boundless still in control of Cashbox B here, and this is a tough push for the Kingfish. They still don't have Reese up. They're going into this fight down 1. The winch misses from Wave Faustus, and J5 continuing to rein in this damage with the Arn 220. But man, how do you push this? You don't have the means. You're 2 lights, and there's 2 heavies that have your name written on their hammers. I mean, this is a tough push to say the least, but they now have the means. They're gonna have to go for it soon with all the stall. I don't even think they have time, but maybe they can take down the Boundless so they have something to, you know, write home about going into this fight. The winch missing again from Jerry. J5 really reining in the damage with the Arn, able to get the pick onto Utopian, but now they're back up to full, and the damage is starting to ring out from Jerry, taking down 1, and the Arn continuing to fire in, but the defib to get him back up to full. Wave Faust is going down once more here, and J5 just reining in with this Arn 220 to pick up 1 more. And
nice.
Utopian, the last one for the Boundless, trying to stay alive, trying to run away. If anyone can do it, it is Utopian. J5 wanting to get that final pick onto the Boundless, and the shots raining in from the LH1 from Westergeek. And now J5 has his number, has him in the sights, and down goes the Boundless Sam.
What insane play. Let's see if we do get the barricade play that happened here onto, who was it, Reese or J5? I think it was Reese.
Yeah.
Watch
Barricade in the face.
Oh, no.
My gosh. What an insane play.
And the double winch too, and also shooting the CL40 into the barricade and dealing a bunch of damage to yourself. That is just like the ultimate wombo combo of doom. Or rip Reese there. That's just unfortunate, but it looks like Kingfish will be facing off against the live wires. The big splash maybe getting collapsed onto by the Boundless. The overhead does come through. The Guga. Now Drake Iron Shield gonna stall him out though, but Utopian gonna push through. And wow, instantly the Boundless with aggression gonna wipe out the big splash and get a flip here, Cody.
Man, I mean, what a quick approach from the Boundless. But now we're going to slow things down. The live wires and the Kingfish taking their time, both down 1, slowly reining in some shots, but maybe things are going to start to speed up. Tech Ninja getting involved, trying to get the pick on to Westergeek, and unfortunately unable to get that last bit of damage. 4 health to their name, and they are going to start to go for the steal. Poe, the last one alive for the live wires, the sniper in hand, but no angle to stop this. The Kingfish gonna be in control, and I want to see where the big splash are. Yeah, they're making their approach back over onto the Boundless. They kind of want their get back, right, after how explosive the Boundless pushed.
Yeah, I mean, the explosive is definitely the word for it. That was one of the fastest pushes I feel like I've seen, especially out of a double heavy medium squad. And Big Splash taking at it with a different approach, looking to stay up on the height, but Drake Iron Shield gonna get sturdy almost immediately, and he's gonna get put in the blender. Sis Zenith gonna find the pick onto him, and Mango dropping down into the pit of doom as well. Utopian finding the overhead onto him, and Navy Street does find one, but it's gonna be Wave Faustus getting the trade out there. Down they go. Meanwhile, other side of the arena, live wires against the Kingfish. Looked like health pools were not in favor of the Kingfish, but they're back full healthy almost immediately. This box still in control of the Kingfish, so Poe starting to make the rotate over. Not a ton of urgency just yet for this box, looking for eliminations instead. Does find a nice shot there onto Westergeek. Reese, though, gonna find one on Aquavex. J5 fighting Tech Ninja as well, so 1v2. Box does go successfully to the Kingfish, and now Poe looking for some consolation prizes, but it's gonna be the CL40 of Reese continuing to rein in there to find the wipe onto the live wires.
Man, what an unfortunate situation for Poe. Really reining in the damage there, but just not enough. Not having the angle that they needed to stop the Kingfish from taking control of the box and the money with it. And taking a look at these totals, right, Sam? The Boundless sitting quite pretty up top. And I think really all of these teams potentially do want to double here. I mean, maybe the Kingfish can get away with the split, but the The Boundless getting a box is pretty likely, right? I mean, the loadout they have, it's just written in the stars for them. Jumping in, already manipulating the cash box as these guys do best. Starting to make a little bit of a... okay, I don't know what the plan is.
They're just doing some shenanigans. You know, I've just stopped trying. Like, with Utopian especially, I've stopped trying to figure out what's going on. Bro, just be playing the game. And it just works a lot of the times for him. It is a little infuriating, not gonna lie. But, you know, hey, at least it works out for him. I feel like I sweat and play the perfect macro that I can, and sometimes things don't go my way. Meanwhile, that guy, I feel like he's playing that song that's on TikTok. You know, the one that's like, do, that one. That's what it feels like watching him play 90% of the time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just the whole game.
Exactly.
That is so funny. Well, J5, Vault 5 in hand, still no box plug just yet, which is definitely interesting, but I think it's about to change right now. Look at that, I'm a psychic. I'm so good at, you know, knowing these things. J5, I think it's also maybe not going to make it out alive. But speaking of making things, Wayfaust is making something happen, which is a steal to get some money to their name. And Vault 6, I'm not too sure what's going on over here. I'm looking, guys. What are you doing? Okay, yeah, they're gonna take it over. All right.
Tech Ninja's just kind of hanging out, you know, no big deal. It does look like, I think the Big Splash is hanging out over near that cash out as well. And Boundless, we're starting to rotate across. I think they found some of the Kingfish in their sights, though. And actually, it's going to be Aquavex delivering a double here. This could spell trouble if he is not careful. Decided to just go ahead and drop off the box instead, and is hoping that they will plug it. And as Utopian would, for absolutely no reason, will go ahead and double this box anyways.
Yeah, they decide to double it. They're feeling confident, and confidence may be their downfall, but we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of the downfall of the live wires, losing 2 and going into this fight, already down so many, and Reese trying to get a steal with 40 seconds left on the clock, saying there's not really a lot that can happen, but they do need to make something happen quickly. Reese with the CL40 starting to rain in some shots, and the anti-grav cube. Akazo, is he in the lobby? I'm not too sure. Maybe the Goo's gonna come out next. Reese able to get a steal angle here. This might be exactly what they need. Unfortunately, getting interrupted because Utopian is slowly floating towards him ominously, but the last one alive is Utopian on the side of the Boundless, able to get a res for assist. Now they have 2 to potentially make a stop to any sort of steal that's coming in, and I don't know if anyone's going to make it happen. 9 seconds left on the clock. No one seems to have started it. There is only one team that is going to come out on top. It is the Boundless, Sam.
Yeah, big plays there. I'm sorry, I have to play this replay because it was just comedic of the box going up, and then Reese is going for the steal, and look at the corner of your eye. Here comes just Utopia with that sledgehammer.
He's charging it up.
He's like, gonna be a boy.
Charging it up. yeah. I got you. I got my name in my, I got your name in my size.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was interesting, to say the least. The dojo, sort of dojo, I don't know what you would call it if Utopian's in there, because he's not technically Way Foul, right? We're missing Way Foul himself. We're also missing Way Fouster. But overall, finding success with the sledges yet again. Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, I think we all could have. Taken a look at the leaderboard, Poe with 10 eliminations, 9k damage, continuing to just this guy's always popping off.
No, he cooks. I mean, and to my understanding, he's relatively newer to the game. I was in a VC with him in Navy Street the other day, and he said, yeah, he's relatively new to the game, just comes from Call of Duty, was like Crimson, I think, if not Iridescent. So guy's just a beamer, and it's carried over apparently. But also want to shout out J5, who I feel like this might be his first Tuesday Night Pugs appearance. Was absolutely cooking. I felt like for a lot of that game, I felt like constantly was moving very precisely, finding nice cleanups, was fighting off the horde of the dojo. But ultimately, it was just tough to punch through the double heavies, especially with the sledges on tight quarters, you know, that exist on Kyoto. So overall, though, good match.
It is always a tough push when Utopian and Gary or Wayfaustus are in the lobby. But speaking of the next lobby, I think we should get into it quite soon. I'm waiting to see what code we're going to get. I think the other one is already underway, so I'll have to wait for the next one. Sam, I think Pugs has had a pretty wonderful start already, and thank you to everyone who's watching. If you aren't playing and want to play, you can do !Discord, or someone might have already done it for you. You can jump into the queue right away, go to the LFG category, you'll find Cash Out or Final Round Queue. You're going to join. You're going to click the little blue button, join queue. And if you want to make it easier for yourself, you can join the voice channel, and it will pull you in. So, just saying, you can come play, or if you want to make a ticket, you want to observe, you want to cast, you want to do something interesting, this is the place to make it happen. We are teaching the next generation, so come on in.
Yeah, I actually wanted to shout out as well. I mean, we've had, I feel like, success stories at this point when it comes to Pug Night. I actually saw Piercing CV casted the Codebreakers Little Leagues, Cody. I don't know if you remember Piercing. I casted with him for his first time, I believe, for the finals. It was here on Pug Nights couple probably months ago at this point, so glad to see that he's finding some footing into casting in the final space now. Very cool. Again, like I said, to see people who, you know, started out at Pug Night and you know, got their feet wet, learned the game a little bit, and then were able to move on. So yeah, again, if you're interested in getting into casting or observing, just cut us a sport ticket. We would love to get you paired up. If you're brand new, we'll get you paired up with somebody that's experienced. If you're an experienced caster and you just want some reps, also, we would love to just have you on the schedule. We'll get you in. So yeah, it's an awesome time. And I think we're waiting on another lobby. Isn't that right?
Yep. I think we're ready to go. We have it built. Yep.
Awesome. Sorry, one moment. I did see somebody also asking how they can get into the mix. If you just joined in, I sent you the link to the Discord. Make sure you head there. It's right at the bottom. Scroll all the way down. Find the cash out queue. Click the button there for join queue and wait for your match. Once your match pops, make sure you hop into the appropriate voice channel to check in. Your team will do all the stuff, and then you will be moved to a voice channel with your team, and you play your match. It's very fun. And we will try to cast your game. It's now gotten to the point where there are 2 lobbies happening at once. Yeah. What's
Jog,
up?
thank you so much for your prime. I love you.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Jog, for the prime. 4 months, by the way. W Jog.
Wait,
enjoy the ad-free experience.
Jog, let us know if you're planning on going to Sweden again this year. I want to know.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Let us know. Also, hope you're doing well, Jog. I know you've been busy with school, so glad to see you here tonight.
I miss Jog so much, my poop.
I know it's like kind of crazy because we've been so busy with PHL that I feel like we've honestly been a little disconnected from TFC. So we're promised we're back. We haven't forgotten. Just like kind of consumed our lives.
Shout out to everybody
honest.
who's in the server, just constantly chatting and keeping it going. I mean, we appreciate you so much. Dread is on Deadlock?
Yeah. Sorry, that was unrelated, but yeah. I think he died. It's over for Goat.
I was just saying my Goat on Deadlock. He's playing Yamato. He's biting your shit.
He can have it. That game has ruined me. I do want to get back into streaming. I have almost gone live like 3 different days, and then something catches up with me like last second, and then I can't go live. I'm like working on something, so I know. Maybe I'll go live after stream today. After Pugs is done, maybe I'll just go live and play something. I don't know what yet.
Yeah, I think you could join us for our Desert Perpetual run. What do you think?
No. That's Thursday. I'll stream that on Thursday.
Oh, we're gonna do one, I think, today. Anyways, yep. All right. Anyways, so jumping in with the live wires that consists of Drake Ironshield, Reese, and formerly Western Geek. Yeah, they had a good little start there. Aquavex with the sniper, though, getting a great shot, and J5 unfortunately getting also some great shots. Reese kind of struggling to keep apart with the team here, slowly making their approach. Yeah, I mean, really, I would just kind of hang out maybe if I was Reese. I was just GG's, chalk it, go next. Aquavex was taking a sightseeing approach. Nice diamond sniper, though. Look at that.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve it. We should take that away from him.
that is a crazy comp. Okay. He earned it.
Deserve it.
No, he earned it. But J5.
No, he's a Chad. He didn't deserve it.
That is insanity. J5 finding the wipe onto the live wires, though, did earn that one. So down go the live wires. Plug has been earned once again by the Big Splash. Yeah, that's really all there is to say about that. Poe also losing their head over on the other side of the arena. So Boundless
Austin, if
looking
you're listening,
like...
can you get the heads back from me? Just wanna see what it feels like. What was that sound? Oh my god!
What happened?
I didn't think it was pink spotting in, and it like jump scared me. I didn't like that.
Well, it might have been.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, you are. you're shocked. This is a tough cash out if you're pink, to be honest with you, because you got Reese on the turret with the CL40 who's on the low ground. You got Aquavex on the high ground with the sniper rifle and showing off why that's important. He does find the pick on the Western Geek. Steel attempt coming through on the other side of the arena for the Kingfish here, as Drake Ironshield was the last one on the side of the live wires against the Big Splash, and we're seeing the damage already coming through here, and he's just gonna go ahead and wipe it out. Give another $500 over to the Big Splash to regroup with his team, because yeah, this box not easy to push if you're the live wires, I'll be honest.
Yeah, really tough spot to be in, especially with the way that the Big Splash is starting to move. I think they're going to get a good angle on the box, and not a lot of time left. Seems to be that the Boundless are now engaging with the Kingfish. Unfortunately, Mango getting picked. Navy Street hitting those shots, wanting to be a Picasso with those dualies, and might be able to make it happen. Able to get the res, though, Utopian, and damn, starting to ring out again. Poe with the sniper, just continuing to rein in, but Utopian with the dual blades, making it a little tough to get close. Damage continuing to ring out from both directions here, and the shots from Civ and the AK. Nice. Oh my gosh, not a lot of time left on the clock, but still time to potentially make a push, the APS, to protect him.
Yeah, I mean, Civ, I feel like has looked great all evening. I cannot remember if I've seen them before in Pug Night. So, Civ, if you've been here before, I apologize. But you've looked great all evening, I gotta say. Your kiting has been incredible. Unfortunately, though, your head did just get lopped off by the sniper at Poe. So, enjoy my glaze as you have to wait 10 more seconds to get back into the arena. But your teammate Mango gets the trade out onto Poe. Navy Street, though, trades that one out, and it's just up to Utopian now, which this guy does have the clutch factor in him. In fact, he did get the body. So, Civ getting back into the arena, and the cash out did go to the Kingfish, Cody. So, this is kind of for nothing, a little bit. Some extra money, perhaps. But it's going to be actually the Big Splash that are claiming a bit of that money. They get $500 onto Zenith. And down go the Boundless to the dual blades, also of Utopian.
Yeah, the Kingfish kind of continuing to be a bit on the back foot, and Civ's somehow taking shots. I'm not too sure from where. I actually want to try to figure that out. Oh, it's Aquavex all the way over here, hitting that angle on the res. What a insane angle to get with the sniper. I think Aquavex just can kind of continue to be this this fly on the wall is what it feels like. And the Big Splash just overall playing this entire playstyle, just kind of picking out shots left and right. And Poe, I think, wants to get involved in the mix as well. The Boundless starting to kind of give Aquavex a little bit of a run for money in the position he's in. He's have to kind of navigate the situation. I think the Boundless are tired of what Aquavex has been doing. They want to stop it. They're like, this guy needs to get off the wall. They have the fly swatter in hand. They're going to start swinging left and right. Drake Ironshield, speaking of swinging, he's swinging that spear, getting a pick onto Utopian, and Sis getting a pick onto J5. Now the Big Splash, and most teams are actually missing one going into this fight. The Boundless now a part of that as well. Fortunately, the right click from Way Faustus, but the steal from Navy Street to hopefully draw the people in. And I think he actually could have. He should stick this. Navy Street,
he should be
go
sticking
stick this.
Absolutely,
this is the time. Please stick this.
Build the cover.
This is the
Please
time.
Build the cover. Build the cover. I mean, Aquavex is sticking the hand res. Okay. We're trying to walk the dog. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh no. And now
this
Aquavex
really
has found
was
the head.
the chance.
Yeah. This is.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh, he's in the room. Oh no.
Oh no. This is a
It was
horror
literally
movie.
the dog singing in the chair saying, "This is fine." This is fine.
This is like a horror movie waiting to go down over there. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I was gonna say, Cody, yeah, the one thing the Aquavex I feel like has to worry about with his positioning on the sniper is actually Poe, who's on the counter snipe. Oh my gosh, nice shot there to land onto Way Faustus, but he does start to get pressured up, and then it's gonna have to drop back. But this counter sniper, Aquavex is going to say, I'm not worried about it. Put him down instead. So Poe goes down to the sniper of Aquavex. It's just up to Zenith on the Boundless as he's taking a bunch of damage. That's J5 finding a pick onto him. So down go the Boundless. Another 22 seconds until they get back into the arena. And the live wires are kind of sitting pretty on top of Cash Out D. A Big Splash are starting to put in some damage. Oh my gosh. Down goes Reese. to the horn of J5. And here we go. The pad execute coming in out of the Kingfish for a fast push onto C. They got to be careful, though, because here is Gary nearby. We know how dangerous it can be if you get too close without taking him down first, and you don't have a lot of time to spare. And Gary's not going to get sturdy. He's not going to worry about trying to push you. This is something that he does so well. It's controlling the space even when you're out in the open like this. And this box continuing to look more and more by the second that it will stay with the big splash. They also have to worry about Aquavex, who is up top there, to not find an early pick, but it's going to be the overhead and the left hook combo to find the pick onto Mango. Now just Utopian, who is on those dual blades. He does not find the pick on the J5. The elbow will come out to shut down the dual blades. Down go the Kingfish. And the big splash will continue to extend their lead at 36-5.
Man, I mean, Utopian grabbing the red barrel, I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. That was a little nerve-wracking because almost got the pick onto J5. Navy Street out of his vault, trying to kick it, not able to do
You got to crouch like right on it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But the gateway to get them a bit closer. Still quite a ways to go if they're going for A instead of B. I don't know if... Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Maybe this guy does deserve the diamond skin. Kind of nice with it.
You did kind of talk your shit.
I did. You know what I did, and I'll do it again.
He told you to shut up and listen.
In real life. No,
he did tell you to shut up and listen.
Maybe. If he wins against Yuto, I'll stop talking. Pyronade was lame. Fight him like a man.
He's getting ran down by dual blades. What do you mean fight him like a man? The guy's just holding right click and it's working. The plug does come through out of orange, at least to keep the match going. And oh no, J5 falls into the blender of Utopia with the dual blades. Poe also finding Aquavex there as well. So the third party is in on the big splash. Gary just got to hang it out here. The fly swatter does shut down Zenith as they continue to just hold on to Vault 6 here. They do not want this box split. If they are the big splash, it would make sense that would be the case. And Utopian gonna fall to that one as well. So Civ last remaining on the Kingfish. Gary continuing to just solo hold Vault 6. Nobody is taking this box away from him anytime soon. I guess. No, I don't think so. I think
inside's the best because it's hardest to throw.
Yeah, I feel like when you're Gary, you don't really, want it outside. You just continue to control inside. Here comes the lock roll. Oh, he's gone. It's over. Goodbye, Civ. Sorry.
They have to be careful drifting that far away from the box because they easily could have had a team that just kind of comes in and...
Yeah. It does look like the live wires are tied up with the boundless at least. So
this is the first time we've seen a team that genuinely wants to win.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, they're locked. No, these guys are locked. Normally, they would double it for the thrill of it. Wait, are they?
They might be doubling right now.
Yeah, they are going to double it. They're going to double it for the thrill of it. There's no way we're doing this with 30 seconds left.
Guys, stop.
Guys,
stop.
Wait,
it's not funny anymore.
Wait, no, you win. You win. You don't have to do this. It doesn't have to be this way.
They're just keeping it there for... They want it. They want to steal the box first. They want the money. No way! Okay,
there's no way this is going through.
No way this guy gets it.
They got to be careful though, because Pink's not nearby. They can't plug it. But I mean, at this point, any team could grief out Purple just for the thrill of it. But it's gonna be Utopian coming in for the last second steal. Who else would it be than him? Unfortunately, it won't be, as the Big Splash do shut that down. Big Splash gonna be taking the map in a very interesting series of events right there at the end.
Yeah, peculiar to say the least. I mean, I don't know how to feel after that.
Yeah. Moving on, let's take a look at our scoreboard. 150, 150, 156, by the way, on the levels. Talk about a veteran team playing.
Yeah, they move as a unit.
They do. They do be moving as a unit. All right, let's take a look at the score. Holy kills on the big splash. Good lord.
They were going crazy, man.
What is that? 36? 34? 34. Yeah, 34. 10 assists out of J5 as well. I mean, 9,700 damage. Almost 10,000 damage. And then 83 out of Aquavex on that sniper. Bro, he really did tell you to sit down and listen.
Well, I'm going to run over to our next game.
Okay, for sure. Let's just go to the casters. Why not? Yeah.
I need to run over to our next game.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, yeah, that was an interesting one. We do have, like we said, another lobby basically ready to go. We're joining in right now. And if you want to join in on the action, a reminder, head over to the Discord, !Discord, or tfcgg.com/Discord. Head on down to the bottom, find the cash out queue, and click the blue button, and you will be entered into the queue. If you join the waiting room, you can chat with everybody else that's also waiting in the queue. And once your match is ready, you will be brought into the lobby to check in. And then once check-in is done and your team has been decided, you will be broken out automatically. It's all done automatically to your own team, which is very cool. And then you'll play your match, and we'll probably be casting it, I think. I think there's not enough people right now for 2 lobbies simultaneously. So there's a good chance we will be casting your lobby, which is very cool. We are waiting. It looks like on... Yeah, it does look like we're waiting on one person to join up into this lobby for their check-in BCW. So just waiting on them to get in, and then once they are in, we will be ready to run it. But Cody, any predictions, anything you're wanting to see as we wait for this lobby to form?
I mean, I know we always ask this question, but I feel like we see it all at TV. Am I crazy?
We do, yeah.
Flamethrower, I guess. We haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
Flamethrower. I do want to see some Shockwave gamers. Can I get some Shockwave gamers? I love seeing the Shockwave gamers. We don't.
Shockwave would be cool. A Shockwave kill would be fire. We called for that at one point and it worked out. Okay. They got their 12th in there. I was about to just 4-start it. So teams are now waiting to pick captains and things like that. They are picking random, so the teams are randomly assigned, and we've got actually some interesting ones. We got Spider-Bat Kid and Zaire and Sable playing together on team 1. We got Precast, Toasted Buns, Utopian on team 2. Dune, Router, and Robust. That team's gonna be interesting on team 3, and also ACOAC, Taz, and BCW on team 4. We do have a lobby code. We're ready to run it up.
Yep, I am in the lobby. Yeah, I want to see a Shockwave gamer or a Flamethrower game. I would like to see. KS23 could also be cool. Big fan of KS.
That's fair. You know, while we're waiting, I did want to say one thing real quick.
Okay.
We actually do have... Hello, Randomized. Welcome in the chat. I wanted to say, actually, talking about Navy Street earlier. I don't even know if you saw this, Cody. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Navy Street, actually, if you haven't seen our beautiful website, welcome. It's been a minute. Let me... If you haven't seen this yet, this is our beautiful website of TFC. Like I said, you can join the Discord by typing in /Discord at the end. We have a deadlock section. We don't really cover much, but you get the newest patch updates immediately when they come available, so that's kind of cool. However, I wanted to say Navy Street actually submitted a community article. I wrote one earlier this week for Team Aether joining the Finals Esports. They signed the previous Pulsar Blue roster. That was pretty cool. But Navy Street actually wrote an article that he submitted to me today, which is very cool. Talking about his experience as a kind of beginner into the Finals Esports. He's been playing in some tournaments, has found a squad that he's been practicing with, done a little bit of coaching. It's a really cool read. So highly recommend checking it out. Head over to tfcgg.com. Shout out Navy Street. He also streams. You guys should follow him as well. Check out his streams sometimes. He's live pretty much all the time. Really good guy. I've ran some games with him here and there. He's been very active in our community for a long time now. Shout out Crude Awakening. That's his team and also his community. But yeah, this is a cool read. It's just talking about his experience as, you know, a brand new player to esports, playing against, you know, some of the top talent, things like that. So overall, check it out. Shout out Navy Street. If you want to write an article for yourself, these are open submission. Just write it in Google Doc, submit it to us. There's a button on the website, and yeah, that's how that works.
Yep, I was gonna say, actually, I read it this morning when the approval came out, and I thought it was a really good read. I think it's just a, you know, really fun to kind of see the beginner's perspective when it comes from ranked, right? Like, we see so many people that have played the game a long time, but ranked really is kind of a different story, and it's really cool to kind of, you know, really capture that entire process, and I think it was captured quite well. So anybody that's looking to get a perspective, or maybe a, you know, some tips on what the process looks like, there it is.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like I said, I've really loved, like, I casted Codebreakers big leagues this past weekend, which shout out to them. They are running 2 tournaments. They have the little leagues, which are for bronze to gold, I believe. And then if you're above gold, you can play in the big leagues, which is platinum above. And I got to cast big leagues with Young, but I got to watch quite a few different TFC teams. There was Cortisol and Kai on one team, and then there was Navy Street and his team, which was really cool. So again, loving seeing all these people kind of making their way through the esports scene as more and more events popping up for kind of everybody. Which is really cool. But oh no, the right click didn't actually connect your router. Getting up close, does find the pick onto Kunder. Gonna continue to try to find another one there. He is the last one on the big splash here. Almost finds another, but AC heads up play, turns around the KS23 and finds the pick to shut down the big splash, Cody.
Man, what a great set of plays from Rudder, but just unable to get that final connect. Speaking of things connecting, the steal coming in from the Boundless, uncontested, and the gateway to get out. If you want to talk about things that are good to do there, it's gateways. You always have a gateway set up for the steal, get your team out, reset, maybe in a power position. That is the best thing you can do. But damage starting to come in, and Inazir getting a great pick, and the winch coming in as well, but unfortunately not making anything happen. It's hoping getting the pick onto the winch E. Inazir barely staying alive and deciding to chow.
The 3 health re-chow.
I mean, hey, I come from Call of Duty. That you win off those.
I was gonna say I respect it. I like the re-chow there.
Yep.
But Livewires winning that one will flip this one around. One thing I wanted to say as well: the Boundless, Sable, Spiderback Kid, and Zaire. I believe all 3 are from the Artieverse. I think they've all done coaching with Artie, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they run together in a squad or not. It looks like Sable and Spiderback Kid might. They're running the same club tag, so my guess is probably. But yeah, I know that all 3 of these come from Artie's community, and they've done coaching. So I'm curious to kind of keep my eye on them throughout this match to see how they're playing together. So far, it looked like they were playing pretty solid. Did get the flip. I liked the gateway to get them out safely. This is certainly something. The explosive mine with the Pyromine right next to it. That will be very annoying if anybody steps on it. But yeah, I'm curious to see, how this team continues to move. Meanwhile, AC Wacy looking good. KS23. Lots of KS23 in this lobby.
Yeah, I think they heard me. Do you see one shockwave, though? Shadow Kunder. So appreciate that. But the Boundless, getting a winch and the barricade to stop them in their tracks. The KS23 damage kind of coming in clutch, but not enough time for the Boundless to stop any sort of moves that the Livewires have made. And now the 1v1 incredibly low. Spiderbat trying to stay alive. The RPG to keep him alive for just 1 second longer. It's one shot from either of these guys falling down. This might be exactly what Spiderbat needs. And the steal to come in, or not the steal, sorry, the res. And man, now on the back foot, unfortunately, the Boundless getting wiped by the Livewires.
Yeah, this was so close, but yeah, he just falls down, unfortunately, and that's just enough time for Toasted Buns to stick the res here. I mean, great play out of Toasted Buns as well to just immediately go for the res when he dropped down there. So big plays there out of the Livewires to hold on. Gets a box, also gets a wipe onto the Boundless, and Spiderback Kid just continuing to look really impressive with that KS23. The heads-up play with the barricade off of the winch, I mean, bailed him out of there. That was very nice overall. But it's going to be the Livewires making it out of that one and continuing their momentum. Meanwhile, Big Splash and Kingfish are facing off. That fight looking like it's wrapping up. BCW last one alive for the Kingfish. Big Splash staying healthy. BCW actually finally pick onto Dune. Hold on now. 1v1 situation. Double light. Router versus BCW. Both looking to stick their hand reses. Curious to see how this fight actually might re-engage. I thought this was going to be wrapping up here, but it looks like that won't be the case. Router on the dagger. We saw them find a couple picks there early on, but Dune does get caught out after being brought into the mix. Did take BCW down first with them, but this is very scary if you are Router. And it's going to be AC with the KS23 to shut down the Big Splash and win that fight for the Kingfish.
Man, I really thought Router had it, but man, unfortunately not able to get that backstab. The Boundless in control of this box, Sam. And on the other side of the map, Livewires also in control. Toasted Buns running a pretty sick-looking pike. Starting to break these zips, making sure they can have an uncontested church hold. But, man, no one seems to be coming over, and I guess I spoke a little too soon. It's the Big Splash slowly making their approach directly under the box. It's suspended Monaco. We don't see that too often, but this is going to be a tough push. Look at the hold here from Church by Toasted, and man, Big Splash does not care. They are getting in quick. Router also trying to support here. Robust, a little worse for wear. but really starting to contest the live wires here. This is kind of the means to the end starting to come in. The gateway as well for Reset Router. Wants to try to get this backstep, isn't able to get it to connect, needs to try to survive, and needs to try to keep Robust up, but unable to make it happen. Is able to get the trade, though, and the res to come with it. Unfortunately, Dune trying to go for the steal, but gets interrupted by the gas. Livewire is still able to stay alive, and the Defender coin going to be coming in soon. Dune with the alt angle, starting to get some damage in, able to get a pick onto Toasted Buns, but not able to stay alive. It's Utopian getting that trade, and now it's a dagger off. And unfortunately, Utopian wins that one with flying cutlers. The last one is Robust, trying to stay alive, trying to stay up, but he does see him. Reloading the RPG. What are we doing? We don't have time for this, man.
I thought this fight was over. I threw it to a replay real quick, and I didn't realize they were still up and healthy, so there we go. Fight does wrap up there. Livewires actually winding up winning that. It was the Big Splash looking like they were in control. That pick out of Yuto looks like it winded up flipping it into their favor, and now the Boundless getting wiped. It looks like by the Kingfish, as the Kingfish will continue to gain $12,000. Cody, things are very close up here at the top. $2,000 separating these two teams. The tap from either team could close or extend the gap. If you're the Kingfish, you do want to get a tap, and a plug could put you in front of the Livewires. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time to TFC Pug Night, this is all for fun, but there is a leaderboard, and if you want to get a point on the leaderboard, you want to book a win, your team does have to come in first. If you're not first, you're last. So expect doubles, expect plug plays, expect a lot of other mischievous things to have happen to secure yourself first place, I guess. But it's going to be the Kingfish facing off against the Livewires, Cody.
Yeah, minute 30 just about left on the clock. Dune has the Vault 6 in hand, starting to make the approach over to A, which is quite far of a trek here. Damage starting to ring out from what I assume is the Boundless behind. Need to make an approach as well, but yeah, they do need to go for the double here, which I mean is kind of the given here at TFC Tuesday Night Pugs. I think it's what makes things interesting, right? Double is what makes things fun. Dune just kind of throwing it over. A different angle might have made that pretty close. Now damage starting to hit onto Dune, though. Just about a minute left on the clock, Sam. Really, any team can get this one.
Yeah, this is kind of anybody's game. The box has not been plugged, though, so somebody's going to need to do that. It's going to be either the Big Splash or the Boundless needing to make that one happen. The Kingfish and the Livewires do not care, really, if this were to get doubled. Instead, they need to worry about these eliminations. Currently, Kingfish sitting up top with 18,000. Looks like steal attempts starting to come through, maybe out of the Livewires, but that's going to be interrupted as Utopian does grab the body of Worm Precast to try to get them back up and healthy. Meanwhile, the Kingfish have regained height, and the Boundless have started to make their approach here. Now, again, this box is not enough to put the Big Splash or the Boundless ahead. If they flip this, they do need to get the double. So they not only need to find a way to flip, but then they got to find a way to get back up here and get this box plugged without basically alerting, I guess, the Kingfish or the Livewires. But steel attempt starting to come through out of Anzair. Out of the Livewires. And Zaire actually has the vault here. The Big Splash now moving it as well. Another steal attempt coming through. It looks like out of AC Wacy, the box was plugged there, and AC Wacy was shut down. The flip attempt canceled out. The Livewires still in control of now this doubled box, but it's just Utopian who is on that dagger, who is going to look for a res here. 20 seconds remaining for any team to get onto this box if they're going to find a steal attempt. As a reminder, 7 seconds to make a steal actually happen here, and time continues to dwindle away as Kunder goes massive. 2 repeater frags there, finds one onto Robust, finds another one onto Spider back in. Here comes AC again. Steal attempts, healing emitter, coming in big, gotta get on the box now though, needs to grab it. Not enough time here, Cody. This box will stay with the Kingfish after a lot of heroics.
Wow, what a last second seal to cement the Kingfish on top. And look at him, he's very proud of his 9 eliminations.
I mean, I would be too after that lobby. Yeah. Kunder, yeah, I mean, Kunder went huge there at the end too. I think he found 2 or 3 with the repeater. I saw on the kill feed right there at the end. I mean,
yeah,
great
no,
plays.
I mean, the Kingfish honestly popped off every step of the way, and the leaderboard shows it, right? Kunder getting 9 eliminations, almost 5.5k damage. BCW not too far behind, and neither is AC Wacy. I mean, this team popped off every step of the way, and there were so many eliminations to, also take home with that massive cash total. And the Livewires, I mean, were also playing great, but unfortunately, just at the last second, unable to interrupt that steal. And, I mean, kind of letting Kingfish have it, right?
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. So, good plays there out of the Kingfish. Overall, to bring that one home. I apologize. I'm going to try something this game once we go back in. This might look like crap, and I'll delete it, but we're going to try. So, anyways, we do have 15 minutes remaining. So, this could potentially be LG, depending on how long it takes us to get back into the lobby. Does look like things are being formed now. We have another cash out lobby.
You guys trying to move quick.
Yeah, we may be able to squeeze in 2 more if we get this one going relatively soon. Again, we usually end at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you do want to get into the mix here, though, pugs are always available. You can always run these. Just get some friends, hop into the server, and start them up. You don't have to wait for Tuesdays. Most people do, because that's when we broadcast them. But if you do want some like threes practice with random teammates, you can even do captains. I mean, you can use it for scrim tool if you wanted. It is in the server. So go ahead and use it. Also, I mean, while you're there, just join the Discord server. We talk about the finals, talk about a lot of things. We've got support for quite a few games at this point. And we're trying to hit 1,000 members by the end of the year. Right now, we're at 643. I think last time I checked, we were at like 635 or something. So already, I think like 8 or 9 more people came in. Appreciate y'all for joining up.
Sorry, I just saw in chat that AC Wacy said, sometimes I turn off my monitor just to feel something.
That's real based and true. It does look like we're going to be playing cash out with game shows on this time. So curious to see how this one shakes up. And again, I'm going to try something. I can't promise that this is going to look good. It might look absolutely horrible, and I apologize. And if it does, I'll never do it again. But I am going to try picture-in-picture replays, because that's what we use pugs for, is also to test out some stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But going into Nozomi Citadel, it has been, again, a great night. Oh, well, it already fired. Yep, see? Not great. Yep, there you go. enjoy that little clip up there at the top while we wait to load it in. Oh, man. Because I didn't hide it, but it's all right. I'm just curious to know actually where I could fit this if I ever did that, because sometimes I might want to catch a replay, but we don't want to jump complete
yo,
scenes.
that's me.
What? Yo, that's me.
The replay.
Let me get on this. I'm bronze. Wildcard, hop in. It's available to people of all ranks. We had Hastracked in here earlier. There's plenty of people of literally every rank in this lobby, so this is available for everybody in the community. Again, super low stakes. People are just playing for fun. So again, thank you all for tuning in at least, and playing if you're participating, or if you're just hanging out in chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Definitely drop us a follow. Cody and I do stream from time to time. I usually stream relatively consistently. We've just been busy with PHL, which you should watch tomorrow. Mia starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. America's kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pre-show 30 minutes beforehand. So don't miss the Pro League action. Final week of league play on Wednesday and Friday. Standings looking pretty interesting as well. And I will be on the casting desk tomorrow for Americas along with Young, which is going to be a good one. So starting things off here, it's going to be the Boundless facing off against the Livewires, and it's Western Geek taking quite a bit of damage, but not worried about it. Going to return that fire onto Poe and finding a transfer onto Mango as well. Nice damage there to take them out, and looking for the third. It's going to be Deer Plushies finding the pick onto him.
Man, Westergeek just absolutely playing in an aim labs, training there, hitting his shots every step of the way. And not one, but two, and then helping to clean up the third. And there's a little fella. What's this guy doing?
There's a little fella, yeah. I thought it looked okay. I don't know. There really is not good positioning for this. Actually,
did you not? No. I'm talking about the guy who I'm watching right now.
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, hi, Randomize. What's up, fella? Welcome in. Thanks for hopping in the queue. Sorry, I'm like actively doing stuff on OBS.
Someone in the chat said Wes has the Windows pointer precision on, by the way. Is that the moose? Should I be putting that on? I turned that on.
Yeah.
Fairly
No.
helps you click S.
No, it's the move. It's the move for sure. Yeah.
Oh man, but jumping in with the Kingfish, the gateway to get him on top of the big splash. Damage starting to ring out, and not in the direction that they want it to. J5 going down, and Reese trying to get slashes and dashes every which way, but Zenith just kind of running away, saying no, I'm gonna create some space. The RPG in hand is a little scared, but unable to get anything to connect. Reese getting that last slice to take down Zenith, and maybe a steal to add on to it. Randomized, the last one alive on the big splash, trophy in hand, looking to regain his numbers, bring the big splash back to their big level, and Zenith coining in here as well. Reese using the paddles to get J5 up. Everyone is back. Nothing has changed except the time is starting to ring down, and now Reese is starting to go for a steal, and they need to interrupt it. J5 interrupting any sort of chance, and man, just like that, the Kingfish now in control of this box, and Navy Street slowly starting to lose their health. But Zenith getting a pick onto J5, and Drake and Reese are the last ones here for the Kingfish. They do have a good wall built here to create some space for the big splash to have to move through, and as you see, right, Zenith really struggling to get through that. The fire barrel unfortunately not connecting, but that flashbang to my eyes is, and now I can't see anything, but neither can the players. Zenith getting the winch to take down Reese. 2 left for the Kingfish, and not a lot of time left. They're trying to make the steal happen, but the damage is coming in. Down goes Navy Street. J5 just continuing to fry through the big splash and getting not 1 but 2 to their name, and a res to get his homie back up. Wait, randomized 1v1. My go. Oh.
Well, overall, pretty decent fire there. But it's going to be J5 winning it. It has been frying for a lot of this evening. Again, I think this is the first time we've seen them at Pug Night. I apologize if that's not the case. But wins the 1v1 against Randomized to continue to extend. Not their lead, actually. Boundless are in the lead here. I'm a little locked out. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said, I was trying to set up those replays. So, Boundless, though, looking dominant here. Do find a wipe onto the live wires. We'll take Vault 3 and go ahead and move it over to Cash Out C. Looks like pretty uncontested after wiping the live wires out there pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely a pretty quick end, and game shows are on. And if I remember correctly, this is Dead Go Boom. I might be mistaken.
No, you're right. You're right. This is Dead Go Boom.
I am correct. I could tell because of the symbol of the skull with a explosion on top. That usually means Dead Go Boom. But the live wires are looking to make their approach onto this box. The Boundless are sitting pretty. They're set up. I do want to take a look over at Navy Street. He's moving the box over to D. It seems pretty uncontested, so we'll jump back over to the Boundless. Dual blades in hand by Austin or Aquavex. Just really trying to hold out here, and unfortunately using Deer plushies in the midst. Poe using that M11, Western Geek getting the pick onto Poe. Everything is going on, and Aquavex isn't there to see it through. Tech Ninja starting to make the approach as well to maybe get a paddle onto his teammate, and Aqua says, nope, me first. And now starting to get the damage in. Tech Ninja able to put the DMAT in their face. Can they rotate around quick enough, though? No. The pinch from Deer Plushies. Oh, my. What a great play. And I don't know what's going on the other side of the map, but Navy Street still hasn't plugged this thing. Look at Drake Iron Shield, though. Right next to the box. C4 in hand, the RPG as well. No, they break open the wall. What a great heads-up play from Navy Street. Drake with that goo, and now I mean, it's just in my face. Again, the flash, I can't see anything. Drake trying to stay alive, though, doing a good job at using the goo gun to create some distance, stalling himself, preventing that damage, but the big splash are still sitting on top and looking to make a very big splash onto the Kingfish. Drake setting up the goo, going for the steal. The question is, can they interrupt it? The big splash are nearby, and now the damage starting to ring in, and the spear not getting enough, but maybe getting something. Navy Street going down in the midst. The Dead Goat Boom Bump almost taking out Drake. He couldn't throw it through the hole, which he wasn't able to. Surely this is the time to steal. They're down one of their heavies. Now they're down one of their lights, and this is the time Drake's going to go for it, and Zenith has no way to stop it. Navy Street going for the coin, but look who's here. It's the live wire, Sam.
Oh my gosh, I was muted. Yeah, the live wires are starting to get into the mix here. Mango putting in a bit of damage, but Drake Iron Shield Spear going to continue to spin around and find some picks there. Reese with the dual blades as well, finding the pick on the Mango, but taking J5 out before any more troubles come in for the live wires. We'll use the gate to escape for now, but look at this, Cody, the Boundless starting to get involved into the mix as well. We got a third party on to cash out D as everybody may be looking to get here. It looks like Big Splash also nearby.
Yeah, everyone really is here for some reason. I'm not too sure. J5 trying to stay alive. They are currently in control of the box, but Navy Street's going for the steal, and someone needs to interrupt it. I don't think they can. I think they're gonna get it. They do. And Randomize needs to try to stay alive here. The last one that can interrupt any sort of steal that will take this away from the Big Splash. You need to be careful because you're a light with 150 health, and anything can really blow you away, even a sneeze. And now that exact sneeze is happening. Randomize literally 1 health to his name, trying to stay alive, the gateway to get him out, but I'm sure someone is chasing nearby. It's the Balance and unable to connect their shots to Glitch to get rid of the dome, and there's no time. I think the Big Splash have it, but the Boundless are still sitting on top with 35k to their name, and now with only time to get maybe 1 box, I don't know if they're going to be able to get that second vault. They need to move really quick, Sam.
Yeah, they've got to get a move on if they're looking to get this plug here, as the Boundless do have a health. Yeah, it turns out the fourth party kind of throws the tempo off quite a bit, but I would not expect a double to not come into play here. There's plenty of time. I mean, we just need a plug to get started. That'll add about, what, a minute onto the clock? If that happens, I could see Vault 6 coming into play, but this is the right play for the Boundless. Honestly, you get control of Vault 5, and if you're looking for a win, you don't necessarily have to plug this immediately. You just need to, keep control of it and control pace of play. But the live wires do have control of Vault 6 as of right now. They did get a tab. Nobody has wiped or anything, so the instant plug will come in out of the Boundless. They've decided they would like to play for another minute. So a minute and a half left in our game timer right now. We can see the gateway also coming out for the live wire. So a double will be coming into play. The Boundless looking like they might try to stop this. Mango went ahead and punted vault number 6, and it gets punted away by the Boundless. Hold on a minute. Everybody thought it was house rules that we just double the last box. That's not going to be the case here. Boundless looking like they want to bring this one home. RPG going in and out of Wester Geek. Deer plushies will clean that up on attack. Wester Geek going to continue to rain in damage there. Finds the pick onto Poe. We've seen what they can do with that Shack 50 for a lot of this match here tonight. Mango does get the res also onto Tech Ninja. Will get them nice and healthy. Reese as well, getting Drake Iron Shield back in as well. That Goose Sledge player. We've seen what they can make happen a lot in these lobbies. They need to have a clutch play come through, though, as Vault 6 still has not been plugged, and it looks to be about 40 meters away, if not a little more, from Cash Out A. So it looks like most teams have decided to ignore this. The live wires, if they want to book a win, are going to have to disengage and go get that vault and get it plugged to even have a chance to bring home the victory. Meanwhile, the Boundless are starting to face off against the Kingfish. The fight is ringing out now. Reese will be the first to go down from Deer Plushies. J5 finds a trade out also on Poe. So Livewires losing their lives there as J5 continues to reign in with that Mac 11. Finds the pick on the Mango. It's just Tech Ninja now. The steal attempt looking to maybe come through out of the Big Splash, but it's going to be the blender from Drake Iron Shield. That's going to bring this one home, Cody, and that's it. The Boundless taking home the map win.
Man, oh man, what a game. I mean, it really felt like they had that box plugged, but no, they weren't able to get anything to happen. Sam, do we have time for one more match?
We can play one more. Let's run one more, just for the thrill of it. We'll go a little late because, it's been a few weeks.
Get rid of the scoreboard. Get rid of the scoreboard.
We owe the people. All right, hang on. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, we do owe the people. It's been a couple weeks. So yeah, we'll put in a little overtime. We'll do one more. Let's see. Do we have the lobby? Looks like 192 is the one we just finished, I think.
We're already in. I'm already in.
Oh, all right. W. We're already running it. My man.
Ooh. It's Sis Horizon Foggy Night Any Game Show.
Oh,
we got a surprise for you guys. Stick to the plan, guys.
Okay. Ooh. Gulps. So this is last match of the evening that will be broadcasted. Again, if you want to continue the Pugs action, feel free to hop in the Discord. You can run them up at any time. Just get some people, hop into the queues, let them run. But this will be the last broadcasted match of the week. We'll be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you didn't get your game casted this week and you want to hear our beautiful mouths, I was going to say faces, but I guess our beautiful mouths cast your games. Definitely make sure you're here next week.
Yeah. Did you know your stream title was "This is a test stream. I'm working on things"?
No.
Yeah,
No.
mine's PHL something. I forgot to change mine as well. It's okay.
That's all right. Fair enough. Well.
Whoa!
Yes.
Burrito. I go.
Hello,
Hi,
Burrito. Ignore the title. Hey, the title on the Final Central is the right one. That's the main one. That's the one we needed. But hello, Burrito.
I gotta lock in Burritos here. We gotta lock in Burritos here.
True. That is true. Hello, fella, though. Glad you're here. Oh, tuning in just in time for our last match.
Goo guns.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
Just 11.
Oh my god. And Akazo's not even. I can't even do it. I can't even do it as good as
Akazo's not even here.
Not even here to witness this.
Oh, they're running MGL.
It's MGL Goo Gun. What are we watching, boys? What is this? In the age. I don't even know how to cast this.
Sam, preemptively turn the sound down. The stream sound. Turn the stream sound down.
What is this?
Oh my god! Well, Utopian getting the melee onto Cunder. Down goes them. The Boundless absolutely raining down hell onto everyone in their direction. Rodder trying to stay alive on the Kingfish, but the absolute explosions seem to be just enough for Rodder to stay alive. It is really hard to hit those things, guys, but nonetheless, Rodder is going to stay alive and hopefully live to see another day. I will say he is a little bit lame for running Charge and Slam, okay? But yeah, it's okay. I'll let it slide.
The counter pick. I respect it. Whatever. Yeah, be the one to go against the crowd, if you will. Be the fish that goes upstream. Meanwhile, Router at least is on the MGL. The Charge and Slam will connect quite a few times. The MGL, I genuinely don't know who's doing what damage. I can't even tell what is happening. It's going to be AC finding the pick onto Router, but not before Toasted Buds and Kunder get back into the mix. Their coins going into the machine with a whopping like 2 minutes into the match. That's crazy alone. MGL shots actually kind of connecting your Kunder, taking a lot of damage as they're being sniped down by the Boundless. And the Livewires are down Civ currently. This is just, I don't even know how to comment on, this is evil. This is just evil. You guys are bad people for this.
No, I love them. Thank you so much for doing this. What a great game to finish off TFC Tuesday Night Pugs for this week. And the Boundless now starting to get flanked by the Kingfish. AC Wacy trying to use the goo to prevent himself to take any more damage. And the anti-grav cube will hopefully keep him alive just a little bit longer. And man, the damage continuing to rain in from every which direction. Not just on the people, but the building as well. Utopian getting a pick onto Cunder. Down goes them. Toasted starting to take a little bit of damage as well. But the Boundless don't really have to do too much here, right, Sam? I mean, they just kind of have to hang out. They can throw down the anti-grav cube. They can rain in some damage. Unless the seal comes in, I mean, does anything really matter? I feel like we're on a war zone right now. It really just feels like, you know, we're on the...
Well, the thing is, how do you even start to try to steal it? Like, you can't even start to try to steal it because you got the anti-grav cube, which is going to lift you in the air alone, which makes the MGL basically impossible to hit. And then you also got the Goo Gun, 3 of them, by the way, which will, you know, stall you into an infinite death. I'm surprised they haven't added a suffocation mechanic for when you're gooed at this point. Because at this point, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm stuck underwater and won't be able to reach the surface. I'm just going to drown and die. And yeah, meanwhile, Sable does, I don't even realize they spotted Router there. They're like, what are we doing right here? And this is just... yeah, this would be me also. I feel like I don't know how to even react to seeing somebody else with an MGL and a Goo Gun in my face. But Router has won that fight. This box looking more and more like it will go to the way of the Boundless here. And Worm Precast will find a pick onto Utopian. Civ finds one onto Router. Down go the Kingfish, but this box will be headed to the Boundless to start us off.
Man, what a explosive start. Already the first two boxes in control of the Boundless and the big splash alike. And dude, able to get a pick onto Civ, and Nazir trying to get some sort of connect. BCW really low. But man, I mean, the live wires kind of just have to reset, regroup, maybe wipe here. The damage really coming on in somehow, some way. And Nazir still alive. The MGL shots just not connecting, but connecting at the last second. Dune taking himself and Nazir and the live wires with it. But jumping over to the Boundless, a little bit of change of view, change of scenery. Of course, he's running the catcher. All right.
Yeah, no, that would check out, huh? It would make sense. Yeah, this is just, like I said, evil. It's to the point where when we go to POV and they're fighting each other, I can't tell who's shooting what. There's just stuff exploding. And I'm kind of like, you know, sitting there twiddling my thumbs, waiting to see who just dies. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's who got the kill. So, yeah, it's certainly something, to say the least.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, you got lock bolted and the box is, or the vault is block bolted too. The damage starting to ring out. It's held from above, from every which direction, and Dune is caught in the middle. It's just shots raining out left and right. But unfortunately, I mean, fortunately for the Boundless, right? They're here. They were able to get the plug, but look at the hellfire. It's just raining down. I mean, is there anyone
it's
that's
absolutely just border strike going on here.
Oh gosh. It's just nothing's even happening. Like the funny part is, like,
why are we even punting Vault
anything.
4 every year? Why? Like even the Kingfish are like, please just take it, just do something, just move the show on. And the Big Splash are also rotating over. It's just BCW, just by his lonesome, down below, no assistance, just trying to avoid the border strikes that are happening around them. Utopians in the grav cube. At this point, I feel like it's their own grav cube and they're trying to give themselves some height, maybe. I guess that's a viable strat. Router's getting up close and personal now with the charge and slam, about to get punished down to 2.5 bars. And Kunderthok and also Toasted Buns are just raining in supporting fire from above.
Utopian POV. Hold on. I think we have calm listening. Let's check. That was a great listening. Cool.
Yeah. It cut out in Discord, but I think it made it through on the stream. So yeah, I'll be excited to watch that one back. But anyways, Boundless, I think, gonna extend their lead. The crazy thing is, there's been all these shots. There's probably been about 100 different mortars grenades have gone this way. I don't think anybody has hit one. I don't think they've even been hit by one. Is the crazy part? They're in the corner of the map, and it's just soaring past them nonstop. Yeah, look, the double just comes in too. Why not?
Get in there.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, Toasted Buns like, all right, that's it. The double, nah, now we're beefing. Now we're getting sturdy. Look at it. He can't even hit him. Like, just got CL40 at this point. Warm precast will find a pick on the Spider-Bat kid. So that's, I think, the first kill we've seen in about 3 minutes, or at least the duration of this cash out timer. And what a surprise, doubled box will go the way of the Boundless. And in mortars, just continue to raid out. Chat, I'm sorry if the stream audio is like extremely loud. I have no idea. It is turned down. But I can't tell you. I hope it's okay for you. If you need it turned down, let me know. But this is like, we're still shooting. Why are we here? The cash out ended forever ago. I've never seen all the cover just gone. Like, normally people say there's no cover on this side of the map. It's quite literally just gone. Router's got Lewis gun. Router's tired. Yeah, Router's done with it. We've broken GAs. First the charge and slam, broke GAs. Now we're on the Lewis gun. We're like, we're over it. I'm done. Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. You know what? I respect it. Fair enough. I'd be there too. Low grab as well, by the way, which is just even worse if you're on MGL. Just go CL40. Just go CL40, right? Because it blows up at least on impact. But no, we're going MGL, which is just gonna, you're gonna have to measure how many times it bounces before it actually explodes. And Router finding Worm precast. I believe this is going to be an absolute slugfest at this point. Spider-Bat Kid closing in on Router, but he's 1 HP. Oh! And Spider-Bat Kid finds the pick on a Router. I believe that was Router's own mine that took him out.
Look at the absolute. Oh my god, it's gone quiet. I forgot what silence sounded like. Oh, and it's gone. Okay, it's back to explosions again. Once more, and everybody's just shooting each other like under freely. Plugs the box over onto B, and Utopian's just kind of hanging out. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. Now a minute because it's been plugged. I'm not too sure what the Boundless' plan are. I think they're just gonna hang out.
I think he's about to nest the vault up. I think he's gonna try to nest the vault up.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. Let's watch this.
Yeah. Oh well, he missed. Oh no, they got it.
Oh, putting it to sleep. Oh.
Well. I think it's safe to say that one's not gonna be getting doubled for once. For once at TFC Pug Night, that won't be doubled. So there you go.
On. Cow.
How peaceful it is. The nice bask of yellow.
Are you ready?
I don't know if I want to be. Oh gosh. Router finding a pick on the
coming over. There's no time.
Yeah, I don't know why we're going over here. Like, why? We're just going over here just for the thrill of it, to feel something. I feel like, honestly, AC Wasty said earlier they like to turn off their monitor just to feel something. This was the game to do it. I'm gonna be honest. You just kind of fire in one direction, hope for the best. There's been a lot of that. It's gonna be 10 seconds now, but the Boundless will be taking the win. There's quite literally no mathematical way for any team to catch up. And to end off our night in absolutely hell mayhem, the Boundless bring it home. The Lewis gun wasn't enough. It just wasn't. It's the power of the MGLA Grav Cube that wins it all for everybody.
Terrible idea.
That is unbelievable. Genuinely unbelievable. I do respect the breaking of the GA. You know, I gotta say, I think it is a little funny. It's a little comedic to just break GAs. To deal with me, you need flame. Oh gosh. 900 damage out of Toasted Buns. I think they shot a whopping 500 different grenades. None of them hit. Not a single one. It looks like. Cody, you want to break down this leaderboard?
No.
Spider-Man Kid going 10-4. I think they were on the MGL the whole time, actually. Which is actually kind of crazy.
No, it's impressive, actually, yeah.
Anyways, let's go back to casters. All right, well, that concludes another exciting TFC Tuesday Pug Nights. I would normally thank people for doing that kind of lobby. To me, though, I think it's broken us internally. I think we're broken and whittled down. Cody's now going to go do a Destiny raid. I'm not going to participate because I don't want to cry and be sad at 10, 12 at night after what I just witnessed. But again, thank you all for tuning in. This was, again, something that we run weekly. So if you want to get on the action, make sure you tune in next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Head to the Discord, tfcgg.com/Discord. And also go to our website. Check out that article that Navy Street wrote out about his journey in Finals Esports. He came in as a beginner and is now competing in some events, and he shared his experience. It's a really cool article. And if you want to write one yourself, just submit it to us. It's open submissions. But I would love to see more and more people contribute over time. That's kind of the point of the platform. But Cody, anything else? PHL tomorrow. Anything else you would like to share with the people before we head out of here?
No, just shout out to everyone for playing, for sticking along, for having fun. I mean, that was certainly genuinely a really fun match to watch. So thank you all for hanging out, and we will see you guys next week. I think we should raid Astract. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good with that. We will be raiding out to Astract, so please stick around. Send him a warm TFC welcome. And we'll see you guys next week or tomorrow at PHL. You'll see my face. All right. Goodbye.